Hello, my name is Jason Mercer, the Toronto Real Estate Board's Director of Market Analysis. With August complete, we're through the last full month of summer, but we saw a strong handoff into September and the fall housing market. We saw 7,600 sales through the Toronto MLS system in August, and this represented an increase of almost 3% in comparison to August 2013. Now, if we look through the first 8 months of the year, we saw 65,454 total transactions, and this represented a 6.5% increase in comparison to the same 8-month period last year. Now, while transactions are up on a year-over-year basis in August, we've seen a decline on a year-over-year basis in terms of new listings entered into the Toronto MLS system during the month and also active listings at the end of the reporting period. And so what this means is that while the demand for home ownership increased, we actually saw market conditions tighten with less supply, which means we saw more competition between buyers, and that's why we've seen very strong increases in the average selling price. So in August, the average selling price was $546,303, and this represented almost a 9% increase in comparison to August 2013. Looking at the year as a whole so far, through the first 8 months, we saw an average selling price of $562,504, and this represented an 8.5% increase year over year. Now, average selling prices were up for all major home types in August, so from detached homes through to condominium apartments. But it's important to note that the strongest annual rates of price growth were seen for singles, semis, and townhomes, those low-rise home types where we've seen a constrained pool of listings this year compared to last. And so the enhanced competition between buyers has led to stronger upward pressure on average selling prices. But at the same time, it's important to note that selling prices for condominium apartments have also increased on a year-over-year basis above the rate of inflation. And this is because there is still a lot of end-user demand for newly completed condominium apartments. Now, with all this in mind, what's in store for the remainder of 2014? Well, first off, let's think about affordability and how that feeds through into sales. So if you think about the share of the average household income in the Greater Toronto Area that's going towards mortgage principal and interest, property taxes, and utilities, that share still remains well below the 39% ceiling set out by the federal government midway through 2012. And so this means that we should continue to see strong demand for ownership housing, and indeed we should see a year-over-year increase in sales through the remainder of this year. Now, on the pricing front, as long as we see sales growth outstripping growth in listings, we should expect price growth on an annual basis well above the rate of inflation through the remainder of 2014 as well. And so with that said, I look forward to speaking with you again at the end of September. Thank you very much.
Brought to you by GTA Realtors.